Hey guys, and what's going on? This is Dustin here with Grace Computers. We're coming about an issue that occurred last year in regards to a Craigslist ad that I had posted. The particular person in this video that we are addressing is Mr. Salazar with Science Studio. Science Studio Studios is an LLC entity under Salazar Studios. He is in Panama City Beach, Florida, 1201 Parkside Circle, apartment 1238. Mr. Salazar is running this YouTube video channel with a little over 400,000 subscribers. Not sure how legit all these are. But Mr. Salazar made a video last year called I Read a Terrible Craigslist PC Ad. In the video, he touches on a few things where he disputes the price in which I had posted my PC for sale. He thought that I was asking 60% above MSRP. He stated that the computer was only worth $3,000 to $4,000 and that I was asking $3,000 to $2,000 more than the MSRP on the build, and that I was just charging all that extra money for actual labor per se. So today we're going to touch on this aspect, and I'm going to go over in response to Mr. Salazar in his video and just kind of touch on the actual issues at hand, because we're going to bring up the first order in this business of why we're doing this. The threats and the things we have received. This one is from a Todd Jules. Mr. Todd Jules, we are going to bring him up first. This is Mr. Todd Jules right here. This individual decided to send a message saying some pretty profound things about my fiance. Mr. Jules decided to take it upon himself and post this comment on our Facebook page. This is another one from one of his viewers, a Bradley. We have John, who sent this message. Gregory Page. And then we have this one. We take all threats very, very seriously. And when we get this kind of stuff, it is very sickening. And we're not going to allow people to sit here and continually trash and diminish our company because a YouTuber basically gives his opinion. And the YouTuber is actually 99% false in this video. The only 0% he has, and I'm going to give it to him, yes, the statement at the bottom of the video that I said about no PayPal, EBT, and all that stuff was harsh. But in the reality, if you've ever sold on Craigslist, you know the kind of people you deal with, and you know the things that you get sent. And I have legitimately been offered $500-600 in food stamps in exchange for a $200 laptop. It is very illegal. I don't know if anyone has ever divulged into that area or know what the legalities are, but it is extremely illegal. So Mr. Salazar with Salazar Studios LLC decided to make a video about our business. He did not redact any of our information, which legally he did not have to. But when he had posted his video, he even says in his video towards the end, this little tidbit.
Kind of just smirk and laugh at this. The way that he portrays himself, if he will have a slightly better chance of selling the PC. It's just a turnoff the way he has it written. But don't go harassing him on Craigslist trying to call him up. Don't, try to message him on Facebook Marketplace. Just leave it at this. I think the exposure here is enough to...
The exposure here is just enough, and that's not where it stopped. Upon his video last year in April, the video started getting a lot of criticism, and we started getting a lot of threats. Threats of arson on the store, threats of beating myself or my fiance, sexual assault on my fiance that was very disgusting and distasteful. These are just some of the things that we have gotten, about people that they have sent us. This is Paul MK, which is a fake profile. We obviously know it's not. It's someone, but it's most likely a fake because they don't want their real identity to be shown. because I'm sure the things they said in this message, they would be very ashamed of if they were actually commenting on their own profile. And it doesn't stop there. On our Google account, we also received many other harassing and crazy messages as well. People still leaving 1-star reviews. Google has been very good. They are flagging the fake reviews very quickly. There was the first page, over 138 1-star reviews made. This also happened last year where people were leaving fake reviews, and we do not deal with that kind of stuff. When someone is leaving fake reviews, reviews are critical for a business. And when someone is going about your, business and trying to slander it, this is the stuff from last year. This is comments from last year that people left on our profile. These are reviews, that people posted last year, and that stopped. It all stopped last year. We thought it was over with. Well, apparently this year coming up, Science Studio released another video. I don't know if he's hurting for views or he needs to basically try and get some, more views or something, but he makes another video this year. He expected last year that because of his video, when he made this video, he expected nothing in return. He expected, we were just going to be okay with it. Nothing was going to happen from it. Well, when you run a business and you go talking about another business and it's, slanderous or, something defamation-wise or libel, you're most likely going to get a response from the business that you're putting false claims about. When you tell your readers that I'm charging $4,000 or $6,000 for just the tower, and then you're telling the viewers that, yeah, he's charging $6,000 for just the tower. That's a ripoff. It's 3 times the price of the actual machine and this and that. You're lying. And you don't know how to either, one, read, or you really need to stick to petroleum engineering, which is your degree, and let Linus Tech Tips do what he does best and make his videos, because if you're all about science, you would know how to read over the fine print, and you would read that in the actual video that I made, there was everything put down to a T. This is my build. The link will be in the description. Everything on my build that was coming with that setup is in this price. The whole build comes to $5,410.89. That is not $3,000 to $4,000 different in price. That is actually very, very decent for what you were getting, because in the end you were getting a literal entire room of a PC. He then goes and says that I needed to be more descriptive and I was not leading everybody out. This is the entire build. I think at $6,000 you were getting a pretty good deal. This is a later picture. There was not a secondary 1080 Ti. It was literally one 1080 Ti, the whole PC case and all of its components in it, which he even failed to list all the components. You got 3 monitors, the keyboard, the mouse pad, the Corsair speaker system. It was an entire build with peripherals as well. And if you didn't want the entire build, you could get just a tower. I know, and everybody else on the world knows, that a tower is not going to cost $3,000. It is impossible. So at this price, my build is still coming to $5,400, and that's not even putting everything in there. You've got DisplayPort cables, you've got HDMI to DVI cables. There is a lot more. So how in the world does he get just a tower at $3,000? That is our question. So I'm going to show you guys my build sheet in comparison to his build sheet, which he is basically stating I had it priced wrong. So here is him going through the build. He doesn't put an operating system on it. Everybody knows the operating system alone is $120. He puts a monitor down, but it wasn't the right monitor, which the monitor I put in my pricing, when I got my pricing done, did come up to $899 for my monitor. The total build price before promo discounts and mail-in rebates is $5,410.89. He is asserting that the build in his picture cost $4,010.57. Not very many people do mail-in rebates. I don't know anyone that does mail-in rebates, but this is what he is asserting. He always likes to say in his videos, you know,
Craigslist trying to call him up. Don't, try to message him on Facebook Marketplace. Just leave it at this. I think the exposure here is enough to maybe convince him to reevaluate the way he's trying to sell this PC. And at the end of the day, this is just more or less a learning process for the rest of us who are not after being threatened, especially. The way that he handled the situation, I thought it was very unprofessional. And yeah, that said, we don't want any harassment. We don't want you to do anything to this business. I just want you to know this is what's happening with us behind the scenes and stuff you don't really see. But look, when we're going to be threatened with a lawsuit, when we're going to have illegitimate privacy complaints filed on videos, we're going to let you know who did it.
I sent him a message. We said, hey, Greg, Mr. Salzar Studios, would you please at least redact or blur out our address and information in the video? His response was Eric Cartman eating popcorn, and he even says in his newest video that is what he responded with. And then he's talking about being professional, and he is not going to take threats lightly, but he is allowing his viewers to make threats. And when you have a 4-month pregnant fiance and people are making these threats, I will not stand for it. And I will do whatever I need to do in the court of law to make sure that my integrity and my business is kept safe, my fiance is kept safe, and my family is kept safe. As you said, all information is made public. You made that very seriously clear, but when I'm asking $5,410 for a build that was literally posted as a joke in response to a lady locally selling a computer that was priced at $12,000, this lady had it priced at $12,000. It had 16 gigs of RAM, it had a 500 gig SSD and a 2 terabyte hard drive, a 1080 Ti, and a cool master power supply, 800 watts, and a Corsair liquid cooler mounted to the GPU. She wanted $12,000 for this build. And she literally had the motherboard and everything laying out on the carpet when she took the picture and wanted $12,000. And I laughed and I said, oh, that's funny. I'm going to throw mine up there and see what happens. And see if, if someone makes an offer, because honestly, I still have the build, and to this day, it looks amazing. It is in my office. There is nothing wrong with it. The price was priced perfectly at $5,700 with taxes. It comes to about $5,800 with taxes, and not to mention you're going to have shipping and handling. So, I mean, anywhere you order Newegg, Tiger Direct, Amazon, you're going to pay shipping and taxes. No one's going to go through Otherworld Computing, Outlet PC, any of that stuff. And you know what? If people want to take the time to build their own PC and go and look for the best deals and actually send in $30 mail-in rebate and wait 3 months to get it back, let them. But at the end of the day, it is my right to make a price on a PC, and when you say I am very far off and there is a 60% MSRP markup and you do not let your viewers know the entirety or the truth behind the posting, and you fail to mention that it was for the entire build plus all the extras, and you didn't even bother to ask any questions, and you automatically assume, you're going to get called out on it and you're going to be known as a liar. So today, take this as just a notice that yes, you are getting called out. This is all called out. And possibly just, maybe take this as a learning curve and learn from your mistakes when you make your videos, that you're going to get feedback from the people that you are making fun of, or the people you are trying to make threats about, or the things that you are considering criticism when really it's not criticism, it's just your opinion, and ultimately your opinion is pretty false. So I mean, I guess we can kind of just take it as that. But I appreciate everybody that has been standing behind Grace Computers. We will continually build machines. We do have the best prices in all of Northeast Indiana, and we are not going to let some YouTuber sit here and make a video trying to say we are a bad business and let his viewers say threats, and we take this stuff very seriously, and we will make sure in a court of law that all this is upheld and that something is done about it. Leave us false reviews just to bring us down. Some have already done it on our Facebook and social media, but at the end of the day, I will make sure that my business and its integrity is together and not diminished. And that is all I'm going to say about this. And Mr. Salazar, if you have any questions, you are always welcome to reach out to me. But if you're going to send GIFs and, memes and act like it's a joke, I suggest you find another profession, because if you want to be a business owner like you say you are, and you are all for small businesses, I would suggest and recommend maybe taking some business management classes or learning how to run a business, because in a brick and mortar world, this kind of stuff is degrading and we don't allow it. So good luck.
Hello everybody, and what is going on? Today we're going to go over something that has been happening in the background at Grace Computers. A few of the individuals that have been harassing us locally and on social media. We're going to go out and speak about this, and I'm going to make it pretty short and simple. People don't understand what it takes to run a business. People don't understand that businesses do have a markup. And most businesses charge 15% and mark up their PCs 15%, which is very, very small in comparison to what a lot of other businesses do. One of the things I'm going to bring up is the Science Studio. Mr. Greg Salazar. Mr. Greg Salazar is a YouTuber who makes videos criticizing worst and best Craigslist ads in his opinion. Mr. Salazar uses his opinion to attract an audience where his viewers also engage in harassment, threats, and where he kind of promotes their threats, and he likes to see what they have to say about his videos. He even goes into his videos and states multiple times, don't go harassing or sending them messages. He has to repeat this many times because his videos have caused harassment in the past, and he knows what it does. He likes to promote people's information. He likes to post people's information when he knows what his viewers are very well capable of doing. Mr. Salazar runs Salazar Studios LLC, located at 1201 Parkside Circle, apartment 1238, in Panama City Beach, Florida. Mr. Salazar was greeted last year when he decided to make a Craigslist ad about my PC that I had posted on Craigslist and criticized how it came up to $4,090.57, according to his PC Parts Picker website. A year later, he made another video trying to recreate new content. He must be struggling or needs help with his reviews and videos. He stated that a recent privacy claim was submitted on his videos, and it had the exact timestamps of the previous privacy complaints filed by us last year. Last year's privacy complaints had 4 different timestamps on the video. This year, his privacy complaint that he received only had 1. And he attests, and he knows for sure in his video that he states that it was for sure us and that we threatened him with the lawsuit. We're going to clear one thing up. When we reached out to Mr. Salazar, we simply said the first and original message was, hello, Mr. Salazar, I see you've made a video in regards to my computer Craigslist ad. I disagree with you. However, can you please blur out or redact my address that was in the Craigslist ad, which was the 1920 Bluffton Road, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Grace Computers. This address is my business address, which Craigslist and our auto forms filled out when I had published the ad. We publish many different Craigslist ads a day and at a very high rate. So when we post these ads, we hurry up, do the autofill data, and we publish them. Because this video had our business address and information in it, we did not know that, and this is my personal PC, but as he states in this new video, this was a business PC published. So we're going to go through the PC parts picker list. He put everything except for the operating system, all the extra peripherals, and then he only included the monitor. So it was the tower and the monitor, missing all the extras like the RGB controllers, the RGB fans, the strips, the mouse pad, the keyboard, the mouse, the cabling, all that kind of stuff. He even didn't really accurately price everything either. He just kind of skimmed through it and made it as his own and put it together at $4,090.57. When I put it together, it comes up to $5,205.48 a year later. This PC a year later is still fetching $5,200 for the entire setup, which I'm going to stress entire because people don't understand that. I don't know if it's a reading comprehension issue or what is going on, but everybody sits there and says, you know, oh, you're charging $6,000 for the tower, blah, blah, blah. No, it was the entire setup. I don't know what is so hard to comprehend with that, but when, you know, I'm going through my Google reviews, my Yelp reviews, you know, owner tried to charge $6,000 for a PC that only costs $2,000. Now trying to file lawsuits that comes to disagree. Threatened legal action over privacy concerns with the video showing public information, saying it's personal. Do not support this person's business. Price is way too high. Condescending to those unwilling to pay $2,000 over a PC with last gen specifications. All these new reviews because of his video. And when he responded to us asking nicely, which I'm going to point that out, we asked very nicely the first time. I sent him a very nice message. It was maybe 2 or 3 sentences. I asked him to nicely, please remove the video. His response was a GIF, which was, as he states in his video, he even admits to it with this video, saying that he responded with Eric Cartman. Whatever. I took it as he was immature. He didn't know how to run a business. He's never ran a business. So what do I have done next? I notify him that if he does not remove the video with my address and information in it, he could be susceptible to a lawsuit or a cease and desist because of his immature attitude, which is all legally allowed. You are allowed to do those things, and it is actually what 99.9% businesses do when there's a business-to-business issue or when two businesses come to a disagreement. They do this kind of stuff. Now, I don't know what Florida laws are, but in Indiana, slander, defamation, and libel, which this would fall under, is a suitable thing. You can take someone to court for that. Now, in this build, it comes to $5,205.48. You times it by 0.07, that's $364. Because sales tax in Indiana is 7%. It comes to $55,69.86. $5,569.86. And this is everything I listed in the original Craigslist ad on that post. And a year later, it's still fetching almost $6,000 for all the parts. So don't tell me now that this is a year later and these prices aren't right. Well, this is a year later, and this is the accurate and true description of all the parts I had in this build. And I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out because that's my right as a business to defend ourselves and say, you're wrong and you are not right and your video is misleading and you're telling your audience the wrong things and they are making threats. When an individual is making a threat to my fiance, or I have messages like this individual or this individual or this one where, you know, you can go kill yourself or we're going to fuck up all your shit. Or John saying I'm a piece of shit. Or even better, the best one here, Todd Jules. These are the kind of messages we get. And you know what? It's upsetting, and we're a small business, and if it continues, we will take whatever legal action we have to take to preserve our business and what we have going on. Because I'm not going to let a person behind a YouTube channel slander and make false representations of a product I posted online personally or an item that I chose to sell. And when people tell me, oh, you can't be asking that much for a PC and you're not allowed to mark up stuff. And I've got people even stating this. This was a funny one. I showed the guy the PC parts picker list because he was arguing with me about what I should sell it at. He sat and told me, if you have $5,400 in it, you should only be selling it for $5,400. You shouldn't be marking it up, and you have no right to mark it up. And I said, well, Apple has the iPhone XS. It only cost them $443 to produce. So why are they selling it at $1,200, $1,300? He said, that's Apple. They're allowed to do that. So what makes Apple any different than my business? If small businesses are the crucial aspect to the economy, like Mr. Salazar says, what is wrong with making a profit? Because at $443, that's nearly 3 times the markup. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do math. And I understand, Mr. Salazar, you run a YouTube studio and you're a YouTuber, but you're not a business owner. You're a YouTube video blogger. You put your personal opinion on things. You have no credentials in the computer world. You have a petroleum engineering degree. You do not have a computer networking systems degree. You probably aren't CompTIA certified. You're not A+ certified. You probably don't have this stuff. But one thing I'm going to make clear. It came to $5,200. This program picks the cheapest parts on the internet it can find. No one is going to order off Outlet PC, B&H, or, any of these other random sites that it pulls to find the cheapest part. Everybody uses Newegg and Amazon. You're going to pay shipping. You're going to pay taxes on the items you purchase in the United States. If you're not from the United States, I don't know what your guys' course of action is here. Some of the prices, if we're going to complain about the TI being so much, we'll minus... Let's see, it's $1,329. I bought it for about $950 back in the day. That's still $4,800. You take it by 0.07, it's still $5,100. So $6,000 is $812 off. So $5,850 times it by 0.15. Most businesses mark their stuff up 15%. That's $877. I'm $33.50 short on $6,000, and asking $6,000 is a crime. So if people are going to continue leaving the reviews, we're going to keep having them taken down. Google is doing an amazing job. So expect your review to be removed. And honestly, learn how to run a business before you comment, because if you don't know what you're doing, don't go and leave a review because you want to be on the train of all the trolls and leave a bad review because that's what's fun for you. Because honestly, it's degrading, it's sad. And Mr. Salazar, I hope you're watching this video, because honestly, if it doesn't stop and the threats and the harassment do continue, you can be held liable in a court of law. I'm going to just let you know that right now. I hope that you take this and remove these videos. If not, then I will do what I need to do as a business owner to ensure that this is stopped. And like I said, look at the PC parts picker list. Build it yourself.